Talk Ava. Learn English with confidence.
Welcome back, everyone. I want to ask you something, Ava. Why do human beings love starting over so much? Every January, people buy notebooks, make schedules, create goals, and announce that this year will finally be different. Then by February, half those plans disappear.
I think you're being generous. Some people don't even survive until February.
That's rude.
That's realistic.
I feel personally attacked because I am one of those people. Every year, I convince myself that this time I'll become a completely different person. I create a morning routine, organize my desk, download productivity apps, and suddenly behave like a motivational speaker.
I have known you for years, and I can confirm that these phases never last very long.
That's painful to hear.
Because it's true.
The embarrassing part is that I genuinely believe myself every single time. I stand there making plans and think, this is the year I wake up at 5 in the morning.
That sentence alone sounds unrealistic.
Why?
Because I don't trust people who wake up at 5 willingly.
Millions of people do it.
Millions of people also enjoy cold showers, and I don't trust them either.
You have very strong opinions.
I do, especially about mornings.
I used to think routines and habits were basically the same thing. You repeat something every day, and eventually it becomes part of your life.
I don't think they're the same.
See, this is why I brought up the topic.
I think routines are exciting in the beginning because they feel like a fresh start. Habits are different. Habits are what remain after the excitement disappears.
That's a surprisingly deep answer.
Thank you. I prepared it while failing to keep my own routine.
That's comforting.
Last year, I bought a beautiful notebook.
I already know where this is going.
I promised myself I would write in it every evening. I imagined myself becoming organized, reflective, and incredibly wise.
Did it happen?
It happened for 6 days.
6 is respectable.
On day 7, I forgot.
Then?
Then I felt guilty.
That's the worst part.
Exactly. Missing one day suddenly feels like failure, and people become dramatic.
That's me. If I miss one workout, my brain immediately says, well, I guess we're giving up forever.
Human beings are very extreme.
Why are we like this?
Because starting is exciting, repeating is difficult.
That's such a simple sentence, but it's true. The first day of anything feels amazing. The first day at the gym, the first day learning English, the first day of a healthy diet.
Everybody loves beginnings.
Nobody talks about day 37 when you're tired and nothing feels exciting anymore.
That's where habits become important.
You keep saying that as if habits are magical.
They're not magical.
Then what are they?
I think habits are boring.
That's not inspiring.
But it's true. Habits aren't exciting. They're ordinary. They're the things you do even when you don't feel motivated.
That sounds much harder than creating a routine.
It is harder.
Maybe that's why people keep starting over. They enjoy imagining a new life more than building it slowly.
I think you're right.
That's dangerous. I might become wise by the end of this episode.
Let's not get carried away.
Since we're being honest, I think I should tell everyone about my greatest failure.
That description makes me nervous.
My perfect morning routine.
Oh no.
Last year, I watched several videos about successful people.
Oh, that's already a bad sign.
Everybody seemed to wake up at 5 in the morning.
Of course they did.
They exercised, meditated, read books, drank healthy smoothies, and somehow looked cheerful while doing all of it.
I don't believe the cheerful part.
Neither do I now, but at the time, you believed them.
Completely.
I sat down with a notebook and created the perfect schedule.
Let me guess. Wake up at 5?
Naturally.
Exercise?
Yes.
Read books?
Obviously.
Meditate?
Absolutely.
You tried changing your whole life in one day.
When you say it like that, it sounds ridiculous.
Because it was ridiculous.
Day 1 was amazing, though.
Really?
I woke up before sunrise, exercised for 30 minutes, made a healthy breakfast, and felt like the most disciplined person alive.
I can already see the disaster coming.
Day 2 was less impressive.
What happened?
I was tired.
That's called being human.
Day 3 was worse. My alarm rang, and for the first time, I questioned all my life choices.
I have had that conversation with my alarm many times.
I remember staring at the ceiling and thinking, why am I awake while the rest of the world is sleeping?
That's such a dramatic thought.
I was suffering.
You were sleepy.
Same thing.
Not even close.
Then came day 4.
The final chapter.
My alarm rang at 5.
And?
I turned it off.
That's it?
I turned it off and slept until 9.
Honestly, that's my favorite part of the story.
I woke up feeling guilty.
Which is exactly the problem with unrealistic routines. They don't create discipline, they create guilt.
I disagree a little.
Of course you do.
I think routines are useful. They give structure to your day.
I agree with that. I just think people make routines too difficult.
That's fair.
The best routine is not the hardest one. It's the one you actually keep.
I wish somebody had told me that before I declared war on sleep.
Some lessons have to be learned the hard way.
If you're enjoying today's conversation, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We have many more discussions like this coming your way.
Because next, we're talking about the tiny habit that quietly changed my life.
And thankfully, it doesn't involve waking up at 5 in the morning.
Absolutely not. I learned my lesson just by watching you fail.
All right, Ava, you promised us a life-changing habit, and after my disastrous morning routine, I need something realistic.
Good, because my habit is incredibly boring.
That's disappointing.
No, that's exactly why it worked. I started reading 10 pages a day.
10 pages?
That's it.
I was expecting something dramatic, maybe waking up at 4 in the morning and climbing mountains before breakfast.
That sounds terrible.
Agreed.
The funny thing is, I used to do the opposite of what I do now. I'd buy 3 books at once, announce that I was becoming a reader, and then read 50 pages on the first day.
I know that strategy.
Of course you do.
Because it's my strategy too.
The problem is that it's not a strategy, it's excitement pretending to be discipline.
That's painfully accurate.
Every time I started like that, I failed. I would read a lot for 2 days, skip 1 day, feel guilty, and eventually stop completely.
Guilt destroys so many good intentions.
It really does. Then, one day, I read something simple. The person said, make your habit so small that it feels impossible to fail.
That's interesting.
So I picked 10 pages.
Didn't that feel too easy?
Exactly. That's why it worked.
Explain.
Well, imagine it's late at night and you're tired. Reading 100 pages feels impossible. Reading 10 pages feels manageable.
That's true.
Some nights I read only 10 pages. Other nights I read 50. The important thing was that I kept showing up.
I think people underestimate consistency because it looks boring.
Absolutely. Nobody posts on social media. I quietly repeated a small habit for 6 months.
That would be the least exciting video ever.
Yet that's how most real change happens.
So what changed after 6 months?
More than I expected. I read books I never thought I'd finish. I learned new things, my vocabulary improved. Most importantly, I started seeing myself differently.
What do you mean?
I stopped saying, I want to become a reader.
Because you already were one.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
I think habits slowly change your identity. You don't wake up one day feeling different. It happens quietly.
That reminds me of something.
Please tell me it's not another failed morning routine.
No, thankfully. Mine was walking.
Walking changed your life?
Not immediately. At first, it was just exercise. I'd walk for 20 minutes after dinner because running felt too difficult.
That's reasonable.
The strange thing is, after a few weeks, I started looking forward to it. It became the part of my day where I stopped thinking about work and stopped staring at screens.
That's beautiful.
Sometimes I'd listen to music, sometimes I'd just think. Sometimes I'd buy snacks, which defeated the purpose a little.
Only a little?
Fine, more than a little.
I knew it.
But the habit stayed. Years later, I still walk regularly.
That's exactly what I mean. Big changes often begin with embarrassingly small habits.
I love that sentence.
Because it's true.
People think transformation should feel dramatic.
Real transformation is surprisingly ordinary.
That's something I wish I had understood earlier. Here's something I still don't understand, though. If habits are so powerful, why are good habits so difficult?
Because human beings are weird.
That's not a scientific answer.
It's an accurate answer.
Fair enough.
Think about it. Everybody knows exercise is good. Everybody knows sleep is important. Everybody knows reading is helpful.
Yet people still struggle.
Exactly.
I think it's because humans love comfort.
I disagree.
Really?
I think humans love immediate happiness.
Aren't those the same thing?
Not always.
Explain.
Imagine you have two choices. You can exercise today and feel stronger 6 months later.
Or
Or you can stay on the sofa, watch videos, and enjoy yourself immediately.
you're attacking me personally again.
I'm using relatable examples.
Very suspicious examples.
My point is simple. Long-term rewards are hard to imagine. Immediate comfort is easy to enjoy.
That's true. I bought a gym membership once.
Once?
Fine, twice.
How many times did you actually go?
Why are we discussing ancient history?
Because it's funny.
I went 3 times.
3?
The gym was far away.
It was 5 minutes from your house.
You remember too much.
I remember because you acted as if buying the membership was the achievement.
Honestly, it felt like an achievement.
That's the problem. Sometimes people confuse preparation with action.
Wow, did that hurt?
A little. Good.
You know what's worse? Healthy food.
What about it?
Every time I decide to eat healthy, I buy vegetables with great enthusiasm.
That's promising.
Then I forget they're in the fridge.
That's less promising.
A week later, I discover them looking sad and disappointed.
Even your vegetables judge you.
They absolutely do.
I think everybody struggles with this. We sacrifice long-term happiness for short-term comfort.
That's such a dangerous habit.
And that's why good habits feel difficult at first. They ask you to believe in a future version of yourself.
I never thought about it like that.
The good news is that habits become easier.
Slowly,
Very slowly.
which is frustrating.
But also encouraging.
Because if habits can be built slowly,
Then maybe nobody is as indisciplined as they think.
I like that.
Good, because next we're talking about the routines people pretend to have.
Social media is about to become very uncomfortable.
And honestly, I can't wait.
I think social media has created a completely new type of person.
That sounds dramatic.
Because it is dramatic. I'm talking about people whose entire personality is waking up at 5 in the morning.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Their videos always start the same way. The alarm rings at 5. They immediately jump out of bed smiling. Then they meditate, journal, exercise, drink green juice, read 10 pages of a book, and somehow look energetic through all of it.
Meanwhile, I wake up and spend 5 minutes trying to remember what day it is.
That's a much more realistic routine.
Thank you.
I used to watch those videos and think, why is everybody so organized except me?
I had the same thought.
Then one day, I asked myself something important. Are these people really living like this every single day?
Honestly,
Go ahead.
I think some people are.
Fair.
But I also think many people are performing productivity instead of living productively.
That's such an interesting idea.
Think about it. Recording your morning routine takes effort. Setting up cameras takes effort. Editing videos takes effort.
Which means their actual routine might be very different.
Exactly. I once tried copying one of those routines.
That doesn't surprise me.
I made coffee, opened a book, put relaxing music in the background, and tried to create a peaceful atmosphere.
Sounds promising.
5 minutes later, I was scrolling on my phone while the coffee got cold.
That's the most realistic morning routine I've ever heard.
Thank you for your support.
Always.
The strange thing is that social media rarely shows ordinary habits.
Because ordinary habits aren't exciting.
Nobody uploads a video titled, "I drank enough water for 6 months."
I would actually watch that.
You're lying.
Probably.
But it's true, small habits don't look impressive.
Yet, those are often the habits that change lives.
I think people love dramatic transformations because they're exciting,
Real growth is usually quiet.
quiet, and repetitive.
And honestly, a little boring.
That's the problem. People chase motivation because motivation feels exciting.
But motivation is unreliable.
Exactly. Some mornings you feel inspired.
Other mornings, you don't even want to leave your bed.
That's me every Monday.
Every Monday?
Fine, most Mondays.
I think one of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting to feel motivated.
That's such an important point.
Because habits aren't built on perfect days.
They're built on ordinary days.
Days when you're tired.
Days when you're busy.
Days when you don't feel like doing anything.
That's when habits matter most.
Some people have productive lives.
Others have productive-looking lives.
And learning the difference changes everything.
Since we're being honest today, I think it's time to admit something embarrassing.
Another embarrassing story?
No, it's embarrassing because every night I make the same promise.
Which is?
Tonight, I will sleep at 10.
I already know how this ends.
At 10, I watch one video,
Dangerous.
then another.
Predictable.
Suddenly, it's midnight and I'm watching a documentary about ancient civilizations.
That escalated quickly.
I don't even know why I'm interested in ancient civilizations.
Your brain likes collecting useless information.
That's rude.
That's accurate.
I keep telling myself I'll fix my sleep schedule tomorrow.
Human beings love tomorrow.
Tomorrow is full of hope.
Tomorrow is also full of lies.
That's harsh.
But true.
What habit do you struggle with?
Drinking enough water.
Really?
Every single day.
That sounds easy.
That's what everybody says until they forget for 6 hours.
How do you forget water?
I don't know. Somehow I remember birthdays, passwords, and random movie quotes, but drinking water disappears from my brain.
That's impressive.
It's concerning. Have you tried carrying a bottle?
I bought 3.
Problem solved.
No.
No?
Now I own 3 beautiful water bottles and still forget to drink water.
That's hilarious.
Thank you.
I think people imagine disciplined people never struggle.
That's such a myth.
Everybody struggles.
Everybody procrastinates sometimes.
Everybody breaks habits.
Everybody has lazy days.
The difference is that some people start again quickly.
That's the skill I'm trying to learn.
Me too.
Because failure isn't the dangerous part.
Giving up is.
Exactly.
I used to think successful people never missed a day.
Now?
Now I think successful people forgive themselves faster.
I love that.
Missing one day isn't the end.
Missing 1 week isn't the end either.
The important thing is returning.
Again and again.
Nobody masters life.
We're all just improving slowly.
That's probably my favorite sentence from today's conversation.
Good.
Why?
Because next we're talking about everything we wish we had known earlier.
Which means I'm about to regret half my life choices.
Only half?
I'm trying to stay optimistic.
That's a habit worth keeping.
You know what makes me laugh? When I was younger, I thought adults had everything figured out.
That's one of the biggest disappointments of growing up.
Absolutely. I imagined adults waking up every morning with clear goals, perfect routines, and unlimited motivation.
Meanwhile, most adults are standing in the kitchen wondering why they walked in there.
That's painfully accurate.
I speak from experience.
Me too. I honestly thought one day I'd suddenly become disciplined. I'd wake up early, exercise regularly, read books every evening, and never procrastinate again.
That fantasy has ruined many people.
It ruined me for years. Every time I failed, I thought something was wrong with me.
I used to think that too. I thought disciplined people were born different. I imagined they enjoyed difficult things and never struggled.
Then you meet disciplined people and discover something surprising.
They're struggling too.
Exactly.
They don't always feel motivated.
They don't always enjoy the process.
Some days they don't want to do anything either.
The difference is that they don't expect perfection.
That's the lesson I wish I had learned earlier.
Me too.
I spent years creating impossible standards for myself. I'd make huge plans and expect immediate change.
Same. Then, when reality didn't match my expectations, I blamed myself.
I think people underestimate how damaging that cycle can be.
It's exhausting. You start believing you're lazy when really you're just human.
That's such an important distinction.
I wish somebody had told me this when I was younger. Missing one day doesn't destroy progress.
Quitting does.
Exactly. I used to have an all-or-nothing mindset. If I skipped one workout, I felt like a failure.
That's so common.
If I missed one day of studying, I convinced myself I'd never be consistent.
Human beings are strangely dramatic.
We really are.
Imagine learning to walk like that.
That would be ridiculous.
A baby falls once and says, well, I guess walking isn't for me.
I'd pay to watch that conversation.
My point is simple. We allow children to fail repeatedly, but adults expect themselves to succeed immediately.
That's unfair.
Very unfair.
If I could speak to my younger self, I'd say something simple.
I'm listening.
Stop chasing perfect routines.
That's beautiful.
Build ordinary habits instead. Habits you can keep when life becomes messy.
I love that. What would you tell your younger self?
Stop waiting for motivation.
That's a good one.
Motivation is wonderful, but it's unreliable. Some days you'll feel inspired. Other days you'll feel tired and distracted.
Most days, honestly.
Exactly. If your life depends on motivation, you'll keep starting over.
That's such an uncomfortable truth.
But it's also hopeful.
How?
Because consistency doesn't require perfection. It just requires returning.
Again and again.
Exactly.
I think the older I get, the more I admire consistency.
Because talent is exciting.
Motivation is exciting.
Big goals are exciting.
But consistency quietly changes everything.
And that's the kind of change that lasts.
Missing one day doesn't destroy progress.
Quitting does.
All right, Ava, we've reached the final question.
I was waiting for this.
Routine or habit? Which one matters more?
Habit.
Nose fast.
Because I already know my answer.
I disagree.
Of course you do.
I think routines matter more because routines create structure.
And I think habits matter more because habits create identity.
Explain.
If your routine changes, your life doesn't end.
Fair.
But habits become part of who you are. Reading regularly, exercising, saving money, listening carefully. Those things slowly shape your personality.
I like that argument.
Thank you.
But routines protect habits.
That's true too.
Think about it. If I don't create time for walking, I probably won't do it.
And if I don't make reading part of my evening, I'll spend hours scrolling on my phone.
Which is exactly what happens to me.
Me too.
So maybe routines are like containers,
I like that.
and habits are what fill them.
That's actually a beautiful way to describe it.
Thank you. I'm surprisingly wise near the end of episodes.
Let's not exaggerate.
Rude.
Honest.
Looking back, I don't remember my perfect routines.
Because they didn't last.
Exactly.
But you remember your habits.
Walking,
Reading.
trying again after failure,
Learning not to compare yourself.
those things changed us slowly.
And quietly.
I think that's what people misunderstand. Big transformations are exciting to watch.
Small transformations are exciting to live.
Wow.
I know.
That's probably my favorite sentence from today's episode.
Mine too.
If you enjoyed spending time with us today, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might enjoy this conversation too.
We always enjoy having these conversations with you, and we hope to see you again in the next episode.
Until then, don't chase the perfect routine.
Routine helps you organize your life. Habits quietly become your life.